had a really good feeling about this one here. I think this could be it. Will it work out this time? This condo is within my price range. It is below 500K, and I think that the selling price will actually be below 500,000. I've looked at so many condos online and in person, and suddenly I just feel so drawn towards this, and I just can't really explain why. Let's just start from the beginning. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode in my series of hunting for a condo in the GTA for under $500,000. In case you haven't watched the earlier episodes yet, you can access it through the link up here. In the last episodes, we made the realization that there are just so many condos out there that look like $1 million bucks, but are listed at a ridiculous low price at $400,000. And after a few weeks of hunting for a condo here in Toronto, I kind of got a more realistic view of what the market price here in Toronto really is. And now I'm getting serious. So I'm kind of changing over from what I would call a browsing mode to a buying mode. And we knew that it was about time to get some help from the experts, and so we decided to sign up with a realtor. So how to find a great realtor? There are so many out there online, but I still think that the best way to find a great realtor is through referrals. That could be through your colleagues, through your friends, through your family. We got our realtor referred by our mortgage broker, with whom we had a fabulous experience with. So in this video, apart from sharing with you how we found the condo that might be it, I also want to share with you what it was like to work with a realtor. After we got in touch with the realtor, the first thing that he did was explain about how the buying process works and also to get to know us better and especially our preferences. He shared with us a questionnaire to fill out where we could indicate our preferences for things like the location of the condo, which floor we would like it to be on, whether or not amenities are important to us or the existence of schools in the area, and of course our price range. And one thing that we also did and that I would highly recommend to you guys is that we gave our realtor a wish list. So I and my husband, we each listed down the things that we thought were important to us in a condo and also why it was important to us. So for example, for me, it was important that the unit had large windows because I'm a content creator and I need that kind of lighting. We indicated that we were looking for either a one-bedroom apartment or also a large studio that was spacious enough to accommodate 2 working desks, because both of us work at home most of the time. And here's also one thing that I really loved about working with a realtor. You just have access to more tools. So our realtor signed us up for this platform which is called Realm. So Realm is a tool that is used in Canada by realtors, which among others shows property, listing, and market data that the realtors use in their jobs. But the great thing for us is that the realtor can actually set up a profile for their clients, so for us, and send suitable listings directly to our email inbox. So here, for example, you can see in my email inbox, I got an email from Realm that notified me of a listing that suited my preferences for a condo. Of course, I also did my search for properties online on various websites like Zolo, Zoocasa, House Sigma, etc. But it was just really nice to have these daily emails sent straightly to my inbox. So these properties were kind of already handpicked for me, so I just needed to click on it and see if I was interested in viewing it or not and notify my realtor. By the way guys, before I continue, if you are enjoying this video so far and you found it useful, then please do let me know by hitting the like button. That would really help me to get this video out to more people. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. And while you're at it, please also tell me about where you are currently in your house hunting or condo hunting process. Please let me know in the comments below. I would really love to hear from you. And the next thing we needed to do was to sign a contract with our realtor. Actually, it's not something that you have to do. It is totally up to you. You can work with a realtor on a case-by-case basis, for example, just on a specific property. And that is actually something that we've done previously. For one of our previous house viewings, which by the way you can access up here, we worked with a realtor specifically for that one property. And because we did not have any exclusive contract with that person, we were free to just go with any other real estate agent and purchase a property through that person. But since now we were starting to get serious, we thought that it would be a really great idea to sign up exclusively with a realtor, just for a limited amount of time. And I'll explain in a bit why I think it's a good idea to do that. To set up this exclusive contract between us, the clients, and the realtor, we needed to sign a form called the OREA 810. I know OREA just sounds too similar to Oreo, so I just keep on saying Oreo. Anyway, what is OREA? OREA is the Ontario Real Estate Association. So this form, OREA 810, explains the relationship between the real estate agent and the buyer or seller. And in addition to this, we also needed to sign the form OREA Form 300, which was the BRA or the Buyer Representation Agreement, and we did all of this through DocuSign. On this website, woa.ca, it's explained beautifully. A buyer representation agreement, or BRA, is a written contract between you and your real estate agent that confirms your business relationship. It is an important document that outlines the services your real estate agent provides and what your real estate agent expects from you. Let's talk about one of the main consequences of signing this form. Once you sign this BRA, this buyer representation agreement form, it means that for a certain time frame, you are exclusively working with this one realtor, and you are not allowed to purchase another property through another real estate agent. I mean, technically you could do that, but if you do so, you might need to pay commission to the realtor you signed up with. So yes, it does mean that for that limited amount of time, you are stuck with that one realtor with whom you signed an exclusive agreement with. But this can be a good thing, and here's why. Look at it this way, because you signed exclusively with this realtor, the realtor will automatically be more invested in finding the best property for you. Because the realtor knows that you won't be suddenly going out and work with another realtor, and they will likely not be losing out on any potential commission. So it really makes sense for the realtor to really put in a lot of hard work during that agreement time limit to get you that property, because they know that their commission is not going anywhere. But here's an exception. If you are not able to find a really great, experienced, and trusted realtor, then it might be better not to sign an exclusive agreement at all. But again, that's just my opinion. That being said, our realtor, the one we worked with, was really awesome. He's been in the market for over 10 years and he's super professional, and we really loved working with him. And so we got straight into it. So those listing notifications from that Realm platform I told you about earlier kept rolling into our inbox, and we started looking through them and selecting a few. And there were several that caught our eye. And here are 3 properties that I just want to briefly share with you, just to give you an idea of what's out in the market currently. But bear in mind, this was a few weeks up to a month ago, so you won't be able to find these properties on the market anymore. So here's the first property we were interested in. This was located at 7 Broadway Ave. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment listed at $399,000. And if you look at Google Maps here, Broadway Ave is located very strategically. So this unit is at Broadway and Yonge Street. There are tons of eateries and cafes on Yonge Street, of course, and it's also very well connected to the subway station and public transportation in general. So you could say that this is still downtown Toronto, although it's not at the very core. So at first glance, you can see that the building is rather old, and the inside, the kitchen, may need some renovation, but it is pretty spacious. Let's look at some further details. The size is 600 to 699 feet, which is really on the spacious side, especially for that listed price of $399,000. Although, of course, we know that it will likely not sell at that price. A very important thing to pay attention to is the maintenance fee. The maintenance fee here is $635 per month, which is rather on the high side. So although the location was really strategic and the listing price was reasonable, especially compared to the size of the unit, the maintenance fee was just too high, and we didn't really felt that it made sense to us, at least, so it was a no for us. And now let's go on to the next condo. The next condo was located at 36 Lisgar Street, and it was listed at the price of $449,900. It actually sold for $442,500, so below listing. Is that good or not? The buyer might be happy about the price, but sometimes it can also be an indication that something about the unit or the building is subpar. So let's take a closer look at this. So again, if we look at Google Maps, Lisker Street is very, very central. It's actually in downtown. So this unit is actually located close to the intersection of Queen Street West and Lisker Street. And if you know this area, there are tons of restaurants and cafes around here. There are supermarkets and many stores, so it's a very lively area here. And it was an area that I was actually interested in living at. So if I zoom out here, you can see it's very close to Liberty Village, also near to Roncesvalles. So it is very, very central, and it's only, I would say, 10 to 15 minute streetcar ride away from the city center or CN Tower area. And now let's go back to the listing. So this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Although if you take a look at it, the bedroom is kind of a corner unit where you have these 2 sliding doors that meet. So I'm not really a huge fan of that, but well, it's still a 1-bedroom. The bathroom size is proper, and it seems to have a bathtub behind that curtain there, and it even has a balcony. And here's the view of the living room. It's a small unit, but of course there's a trade-off, right? If you want to live closer to the center, then naturally at a certain price point you will get a smaller unit, but I still think that this is pretty livable. Okay, now let's go into the details. The size of this unit is almost 500 square feet, or about 42 square meters, I think. The maintenance fee is $413, so I would say that's medium. It's not too high, it's not too low either. It doesn't come with parking, and there's no locker, but there is a balcony. So I think price-wise, it makes a lot of sense. But in the end, we decided not to go and take a look at it because we weren't really a fan of the building. So see, one of the things that you can do when you're hunting for a property is not just look at the listing itself, but go online, go on Reddit, and find out what the condo, what the building is like, and what other people say about it. Now let's move on to the next property, and this one is in Little Italy at College Street. In case you're not living in Toronto yet, this is a really, really interesting and lively area. So this unit here at College Street is a 1-bedroom and 1-bath. It was listed at $489,900, and it actually sold at $475,000 below listing again. So don't get the wrong idea here. It doesn't mean that most properties are sold below listing. In fact, most properties that I observed are actually sold above listing. It just so happened that the properties that we picked out here sold at a lower price. Now let's take a look at the location, because the location is very strategic. It's actually at the intersection of Bathurst and College Street. And if you've been to College and Bathurst Street, you know that there are so many great restaurants around there. There's Sneaky D, Ramen Ishin, a very popular ramen place, and you've got Freshco and Winners. And zooming out here, you see that College Street is actually very central. Now let's briefly go back to the listing. This is also a 1-bed, 1-bathroom apartment. It's 500 to 600 square feet large, so it's actually a decent size. It does not come with a balcony, but it has these huge windows, which I really love. Okay, looking at the maintenance fee, it's $518. It's rather on the higher side, I think, because it doesn't really have any amenities in the building. I mean, it doesn't seem to have a gym, it doesn't have a swimming pool, so $500 is quite a lot, I would say. Here you can see the bathroom. It kind of has this retro style. Some people like it, some don't. It was fine for me. One thing that I didn't really like was that the bedroom was located closer to the entrance, and it didn't have any window. It was super small. That was actually fine for me, but it didn't have any windows. It didn't have good circulation. And in the end, we just decided that no, we thought this is not really ideal. Yeah, I know, hunting for a house really takes forever. I need some water. So none of these properties I showed you just now met our criteria, and our realtor actually also chipped in to give us his opinion of what he thought of the properties, and he was also of the opinion that the buildings weren't really great. So in the end, we decided to move on. So we searched and searched for a few days, and finally a condo popped up in our inbox that was within our budget and that we really liked. And the great thing was that the price was listed in the low 400s. And of course, by now we knew that this would not be the real price. But judging from the type of condo and especially the location it was at, we knew that even if the price would go up, it would still be within our range. And we asked our realtor for a second opinion, and he also thought that it would likely sell in the high 400s, but likely would still be sold for under 500. So of course, we really hoped that the price would not be $499,000, but it seemed like we still had a good chance here, so we decided to give it a go. So guys, this is the condo. So this is technically a studio unit, but some people also call this a one bedroom because many people decide to just install a partition in there so it has a bedroom. The size is 400 square feet plus, almost 40 square meters, I would say. And the location is very, very strategic. It is just 5 minutes away from a major intersection and very close to a subway station. And that's all that I can say, guys. I know usually I would give you many, many more details about the condo and its exact location, but in this case, I decided not to disclose too much, and I think that many of you might be able to guess why. Spoiler alert. Talking about the amenities, the great thing about this condo was that it had a full range of amenities. It had everything from swimming pool, gym, sauna, barbecue, and so on. So whatever the maintenance fee for this was, it definitely had a lot to offer. And the unit was relatively new, at least it was in sparkling condition, as good as new, I would say. And most of the units in this particular condo came with a parking spot and also a locker, but this specific unit did not come with a parking spot, which luckily we didn't need, but it came with a locker. In case you're not familiar what a locker in this sense is, a locker is basically this kind of cage-like structure that is usually located underground, that is attached to a particular condo unit in which the owner or the tenant can just store their stuff. Now, talking about the maintenance fee was in the low $300 per month, and that was really a great maintenance fee for the kind of amenities the building had to offer. So check for that one. Also, this is one thing that you should pay attention to, which is who is the developer of the building. The developer of this particular condo was a very good one. I wouldn't say that it's a luxurious condo developer, but it is among the very good developers here in Toronto. And again, of course, we saw the expert advice of our realtor and asked him what did he think about this unit. He thought that price-wise it might sell in the high 400s, but that it would likely not go above 500. And of course, that made us even more confident, and we decided that yes, please, we wanted to view this unit, yes, as soon as possible. So on Monday evening, we arranged to see this unit on the next day, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. with the realtor. And I can't tell you how excited we were about this. We had a really, really good feeling about this. So then Tuesday came and the realtor arrived and he was punctual on the dot. He was even, I think, 2 minutes earlier. He arrived there before us. So here's just a short peek into the unit. So this is a studio apartment. There is no partition here. It's just one super big room. It's a loft style. It has 2 large windows. The kitchen is brand new. And so on this side here, we would put our working desk. On the other side here, in front of the wardrobe, we would put our bed. So it was really a good surprise, and we also really liked the building. The building was rather new and it was really clean and well maintained. So after viewing the unit, we walked down to the lobby and we spent a long time, I think almost half an hour, just chatting with the realtor because we were so excited about this and we really thought that we wanted to put an offer on this. After talking and talking, we were convinced that yes, this particular unit would be a good investment. So we viewed the unit on a Tuesday and we found out from the realtor that the offer day was supposed to be on the coming Saturday. So we really didn't have a lot of time. So we really needed to get going and start to prepare ourselves for our offer day. And the first big question, of course, was if we were to put an offer, how much would our offer be? We didn't want to spend more than we could afford, but we also didn't want our offer to be too low so that we would miss out on the purchase just because the difference of $1,000 or $2,000. So we went home, and again that night we spent hours calculating what our ideal price would be. We calculated what the maximum price would be that we would be willing to pay, and our offer price, the initial price that we will offer, and then also what our ideal price would be. But of course, that is not fully within our control. After viewing the unit, the realtor actually actually followed up with us and supplied us with some additional information. For example, about past listings, how much similar units in the same building actually sold for, so we could kind of make that comparison. And he also sent us a list of very important things to take into consideration when valuing a condo unit. Among others, that would include the floor height. Usually the higher you go up, the price of the same unit would increase. Of course, number of bedrooms, size of the unit, the building, the quality of the building, the age of the building, the location, whether parking is included, whether a locker is included, what the maintenance fees are, of course, very important, and also what the view is. So when you look outside of your window, do you just see another gray apartment, or do you sort of have a view to the park or to the lake, for example, and a ton of other things. Okay guys, before we move on, there was one really important thing that we needed to get sorted out first, and that was a new mortgage approval. So in case you watched my previous video, we worked with a mortgage broker, and I will put the link to that video up here in case you want to watch that. So for those of you following these series, you will know that about a month ago, we put in an offer on another property, and at that time, we got a mortgage pre-approval rate of 5.09%. Yes, I know, super high, but at that time, rates were still higher. In any case, that rate was too high for us, and we were super happy that we didn't get to use that after all. So now, at the time of viewing this unit here, interest rates have gone down already, and we could apply for a new mortgage pre-approval. If you want to know what happened next, guys, then stay tuned for another episode in this series. And in case you're not subscribed to my channel yet, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And also while you're at it, hit the notification bell and set it to all notifications so that YouTube will always update you whenever there's a new video from me. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you pretty soon.